Why are you going to be happy the next time? But that's under their assumption in their poverty lens that you did it to get to the mountaintop. You did it for the climb, and they'll never understand that, and don't expect them to. I remember I was trying to understand this person who had made this really irrational decision, and I kept thinking, like, how does this decision make sense? And I was talking to my father, actually, and he said, you're trying to apply logic to someone who's illogical, and that itself is illogical. And I remember thinking about that, is that, like, there are these people in our lives that say these things that you're like, I don't understand why they'd say that. And then you try and make sense of it. But the effort of trying to make sense of somebody who doesn't make sense is nonsensical. And so if it doesn't make sense to you, ignore it, because they're going to disappear anyways. One of the things that has been true in my life is that the lazy don't know how to start, the losers don't know how to finish, and the legends don't know how to stop. And if I look at that, the lazy, the losers, and the legends, I know which one I would rather be. And I also say that as somebody who doesn't believe in legacy or anything after we die. So this is tactical. Find what works, do more of what works, find the thing that's preventing you from doing more of what works, solve that thing, and get back to doing more of what works. Then repeat. And so the reality is that in health, marriage, business, or any game worth playing, you don't win by winning. You win by staying alive long enough that you outlast everyone else. So I will give you the advice that I gave a subgroup in school that we picked 100 people who had applied out of 500 plus to basically do a 90-day sprint to help them start a school community. So we wanted to do a more in-depth kind of training, things like that for this special group so that we could see if this new implementation yielded better results. And so the guy who we had running the group asked me, he said, can you give any kind of like words of wisdom to these guys before we kick it off? And so this is what I told them. Number one, follow instructions. Number two, when you reach something that you don't understand how to do, Google first. Number three, when you figure it out, post it. Others also may have struggled. 4, actually follow the rule of 100 daily, which is that you reach out to 100 people, you make a post that you spent 100 minutes on, spend $100 plus on ads, and you spend at least 100 minutes a day making and improving ads and researching ads. As long as you do those things consistently and you get better, you will see results. And the amount of you that I see who tag me in like day 4, day 20, day 30, the guys who are at day 60 of Rule of 100 are like, I have more business than I can possibly handle. The problem is no one sticks with anything. And this is why I want you to stick with it. Rule number 5, you will be excited for a week. Then excitement will end.